what I'd like to see, Canada become our 51st state.
President Trump is trying to break us so that America can own us. That will never ever happen.
A political earthquake in Canada, a stunning comeback for the Liberal Party, and a surprising twist. Donald Trump may have helped make it happen. This is the common understanding of many as Canada welcomes its new leadership. Here's the reason why the Canadians and the world think so. In what many called a doomed race, the Liberal Party has staged a historic resurgence in Canada. Leading the charge, Mark Carney, a former central banker turned political powerhouse, now rebranded the Liberals not as managers of policy but as defenders of Canadian sovereignty. And at the center of it all, U.S. President Donald Trump. His harsh trade tariffs, his dismissive tone, and even talk of turning Canada into the 51st state. This is very important, mark my words here. This particular statement, 51st state, sent a shockwave across the political landscape. For many Canadians, the election ceased to be about domestic issues. It suddenly became an international issue. It became a fight for the identity, a fight to stand tall against the shadow of the America's renewed aggression. With polls showing the Conservatives ahead of 20 points just months ago, Carney's Liberals were all but written off. But Trump's trade threats and nationalist posturing jolted voters across Canada. Suddenly, patriotism became the political currency, and the Liberals banked on it. Pierre Poilievre, whose campaign focused on inflation, crime, and immigration, found his message drowned out. Critics say his ideological closeness to Trump cost him dearly. Canadians weren't just voting for healthcare or taxes, they were voting to send a message to Washington. As of the latest count, the Liberals are set to form the largest bloc in Parliament. Whether they will rule with a majority or seek support from smaller parties remains to be seen. But the message is clear. Canadians have rallied around their flag. Trump's decision to slap tariffs on Canadian steel, aluminum, and even timber was seen as a betrayal. What followed was a groundswell of defiance. Canadians wore their unity with pride. From storefronts to social media, the message was never 51. For the United States, this election result could reshape its northern relationship. Canada is America's second largest trading partner, and the retaliatory tone in Ottawa is expected to harden. Economists warn of a potential escalation in tariff disputes and diplomatic pushback from the Carney administration. In the end, this election wasn't just a political win, it was a cultural moment, a statement. Mark Carney's victory was a win for Canadian self-respect, for strategic independence, and for a people refusing to be overshadowed. So, the bottom line is, as North America enters a new chapter with Trump in the White House and Carney in Ottawa, the path forward may be colder than before. One thing is certain, the border between the two neighbors is no longer just physical, it's philosophical.
Subscribe to Oneindia and never miss an update.